What if I told you that the medication sitting in your medicine cabinet for type 2 diabetes, the one you've been told you'll need for the rest of your life, what if I told you that for millions of people, food has done what pills couldn't? Not managed it, not slowed it down, reversed it. I know, that sounds like an infomercial, right? It sounds like something somebody's selling on late night TV, but here's the thing. I'm not selling you anything. And the research is sitting right there in peer-reviewed journals published by some of the most respected scientists in the world. Type 2 diabetes affects 37 million Americans. In Black and Brown communities, the rates are even higher. Nearly 12% of Black adults living with this diagnosis compared to 7% of white adults. That gap is not an accident. It's a product of food systems, food deserts, chronic stress, and decades of being told the wrong things about what's possible. But here's what they don't always tell us. What causes type 2 diabetes can also largely reverse it, and it starts on your plate. Stay with me, because today's episode is about to change the way you see your fork.
Get down with that. Plant-based power in your soul. Get down with that. Whole Foods takes control.
Okay, welcome back, and I'm so glad you're here today because this episode hits different. If you're new here, welcome to the movement. We talk about food, we talk about science, we talk about real life, and we do it without judgment, without perfection, and without boring you to tears. Go back and listen to episodes 1 through 6 if you want the full picture on who I am and why I do this work. But today I need to talk about diabetes because it's personal. I grew up watching family members manage type 2 diabetes. Shots, pills, finger sticks, the constant worry. It was just accepted. Like it was inevitable. Like once you had it, that was your life now. Nobody sat us down and said, wait, the research shows that a whole food plant-based diet can actually reverse type 2 diabetes in a significant number of people. When I discovered that information, when I started digging into the science, it genuinely made me angry. Angry that it wasn't more widely known, especially in our communities where the rates are so much higher and access to good information is so much lower. So today's episode is my contribution to closing that gap. We're going deep on the research. We're getting real about the barriers, and we're walking away with something you can actually do today. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk science. And I promise to keep this accessible because I need you to remember this and share it. First, let's be clear on what type 2 diabetes actually is. At its root, it's not a blood sugar problem, right? It's an insulin sensitivity problem. Your cells stop responding properly to insulin, which means glucose can't get where it needs to go, and it builds up in your bloodstream instead. Over time, that causes serious damage to your eyes, kidneys, heart, and nerves. The standard treatment? It manages the symptoms. Medication helps control blood glucose levels, but it's not addressing the underlying cause. Here's where plant-based nutrition comes in, and it comes in strong. In 2006, Dr. Neil Barnard and his team at the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine published a landmark study in diabetes care, one of the most prestigious diabetes journals in the world. They put 99 people with type 2 diabetes on either a low-fat vegan diet or the conventional American Diabetes Association recommended diet. After 74 weeks, that's nearly a year and a half, the plant-based group showed significantly greater reductions in A1C, body weight, and LDL cholesterol. That's the bad cholesterol. Many participants were able to reduce or eliminate their diabetes medications. Let me say that again. They reduced their diabetes medications because their blood sugar was actually improving. Here's a quote from the study. A low-fat vegan diet results in significant improvements in glycemic and lipid control and may warrant increased attention in clinical practice. Dr. Neil Barnard. Then, in 2020, a doctor published findings in JAMA Network Open that zoomed all the way into the cellular level. This study found that a low-fat vegan diet reduced intramyocellular lipid. That's a fancy way of saying the fat inside of your muscle cells, and significantly improved insulin sensitivity. In plain English, they found why this works biologically. The fat that was literally clogging your cells' ability to receive insulin was being cleared out by a plant-based diet. That's not magic, that's mechanism. That's your body doing exactly what it was designed to do when you give it the right fuel. And here's where things stand today. The American Diabetes Association's current standards of medical care now acknowledges plant-based dietary patterns as an effective approach for managing and improving type 2 diabetes outcomes. That is a meaningful shift in mainstream medical guidance, and it's backed by decades of clinical research. The bottom line, type 2 diabetes is largely a dietary disease, and dietary change is one of the most powerful tools available to address it at the root. Okay, I can hear you. I can already hear what some of you are thinking. Deb, that's great, but I've had diabetes for 10 years. It's too late for me. No, it's not. The research doesn't have an age cap. It doesn't have a how long you've had it cap. The biology responds to change whenever you make the change. But Deb, my doctor told me I just have to manage it with medication forever. Your doctor is doing the best they can with the training they received. Here's a sobering fact. Most medical schools, even today, provide fewer than 20 hours of nutrition education over 4 years. That is not your doctor's fault. That's a systemic gap. You can advocate for yourself by bringing this research to your next appointment. Print it out if you have to. Deb, for real, I live in a food desert. I don't have access to fresh produce. First of all, you don't need a Whole Foods. Some of the most powerful diabetes-fighting foods on the planet are available at any corner store, discount grocer, or even the dollar store. Canned beans, frozen vegetables, brown rice, oats, sweet potatoes. These foods have been shown in clinical trials to improve insulin sensitivity, and they are not expensive. But Deb, look, my family won't eat this way. Then start with yourself. You don't have to overhaul the entire family dinner table overnight. Start with one meal. Start with breakfast. Start with one decision to take your health seriously. And here's the real talk I want you to sit with. The disproportionate rates of type 2 diabetes in Black and brown communities are not primarily genetics. They are largely the result of systemic inequities in food access, in chronic stress, in a medical system that has historically been better at prescribing than empowering. You deserve the information. You deserve the tools. And you deserve to know that reversal is a real, research-backed possibility. Your homework this week is called the 7-Day Diabetes Fighting Breakfast Reset. I like making up these names. So here's what I want you to do. For 7 days, eat one whole food plant-based breakfast every single morning. That's it. Just breakfast. Not the whole day, not overhauling your pantry, just one meal, 7 days. Here's what counts. Oatmeal with berries and a sprinkle of ground flaxseed, whole grain toast with mashed avocado and sliced tomato, a smoothie with leafy greens, banana, frozen berry, and a plant milk, no added sugar, leftover grain bowl with roasted veggies. No eggs, no dairy, no processed meat, just whole plants. 7 days, one meal a day. That's all I'm asking. Snap a photo of your breakfast and share it on Instagram. You can tag me at Get Down with Deb and use the hashtag #DiabetesFightingBreakfast. I want to see what you're making. I want to celebrate every single one of you. And if you have a family member who's been told they just have to manage their diabetes forever, please share this episode with them. The information in today's show could genuinely change the trajectory of their health. Whew, we covered a lot today in such a short period of time. And I'm so proud of you for staying curious and investing in your health education. Here's what I want you to walk away with knowing. Type 2 diabetes is not a life sentence. It is not inevitable. And for the millions of people in our communities who are living with this diagnosis or at risk, Whole food plant-based eating is one of the most powerful interventions available. The research says so. The biology backs it up. You have more power on your plate than you've ever been told. If today's episode lit something up for you, please subscribe to Get Down with Deb wherever you listen to podcasts. Leave us a review and share this episode with someone you love. Every share gets this information into the hands of someone who might need it right now. Next week, we're going to talk about something that affects almost every single person listening, and most people never connected to food. You're not going to want to miss this. Until then, keep focusing on your health. I'm Coach Deb, and this is the Get Down with Deb podcast. I'll talk to you next week.
Get down with Deb.